You are now tuning in to Lex and RDDC broadcast station, serving up on the double doses for us all.
Welcome back, everyone, once again to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart, where the talk is real and the vibe is always live. Yes, replay that. Okay, for any questions, show requests, or feedback, as always, reach us at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com. Inquiries, wonderful things. And we have your questions about to be answered. We have another special guest / co-host coming on, and this person right here, yes, this might be the one. Let's say he's gonna be on here giving us some extra food for thought. Hopefully we're gonna have him on, in between the show. But without further ado, we are also at realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. You can check out the About Me section, the insights, and so much more, music disclaimers, and so forth at the end of the blogspot, as well as links to our books and wonderful things you can find, and multiple pages. We're in the hundreds now, at least 100 plus now, that you can find insights and a lot of great guidance. And thank you for those who have been looking at that and inquiring. You can also check us out on TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, Spotify.com, Blueberry.com, iHeartRadio, iTunes, SoundCloud, and much more. And YouTube, don't forget. And we do have a Real Double Dose channel.com. Yeah. So I know that was really fast, but between my Spanish, me learning my Taslagi words from my, roots, basically, I have to speak that way. And I don't want to, submerge you too deep into so much of an intro, but at the same time, it's all about letting you guys know what's going on and those who do appreciate what's going on. So you can just hear that. And, if you heard it before and you want to hear some new stuff, you can always fast forward about 3 minutes in and you'll get there. But yes, we do have a special guest that is coming. And let's see how that goes. I mean, a lot of people get shy when they know there's thousands and thousands of people, potentially millions of people listening to them, but you never know. I mean, he has a lot of great potential, and he would be a great person to come on here. So let's get in it, shall we? Now, this episode, and also I want to say a shout out to our GiveMeAllThat.com, who is going to be launching wonderful, awesome 75% to free giveaways from their store launch coming up, and that is rolling out. And also, we're going to be doing Bernini Solutions. Shout out to them, to Marketing Solutions and everything else done right. And we thank you. We love you, and you're amazing. So I wanted to put that out there. Giveaways are still coming. But yes, this is hashtag Raging to Be Loved. Raging to Be Loved. And this is off of a story that one of my great brothers of the Creator, he'll say Bob, the brother in Christ, whatever name you want to put to it, it's obviously respectable, but at the same time, to the infinite source of all things, this is Bob's story. And I told him I wanted to share it and asked him was it be okay, and he said it was fine. But it's a very intriguing one. It caught me off guard. And this is hashtag Raging to Be Loved. And this is going to go, it might go a little faster, but at the same time, you might understand, you will understand exactly what it is. Now, I was speaking to Bob last week at work, and he was talking to me about, him going to the store to grab his wife a gluten-free muffin or something like that. Or something that she liked. I forgot the name of the place. It's irrelevant at this point. Something Stein. I don't know. But the whole point is he was leaving and going in his car. And as he went into his car, I guess he was driving on the road, and, without long story short, there was a guy that had, I don't know if he cut in front of him or just went in front of him, and he, was turning at the same line. So I guess Bob was like, no big deal, let him through. Ain't no big deal. And Bob's a very jolly guy. I mean, as much as he can be jolly, of course he probably has his days and different times like that. But at the same time, he's jolly as much as it counts in order for you to feel that. You feel that electrical spark with him in a different kind of way. I mean, some people have different electrical sparks, but he makes you feel like, hey, today is going to be okay. Whatever he has, I want some. That's the kind of feeling that Bob puts through you, at least in my personal factual opinion. So he was driving, and Bob was just probably, and I know he was just innocently driving behind the guy, and he said every turn they seem to be turning, to go to this bakery or whatever it is, coffee shop, and all of a sudden, I guess the guy pulls in, and he pulls in behind the guy and finds a spot, and he's like, oh, cool. In his mind, he's thinking, oh, this guy's going to the same place I was. We didn't even know that. Right? So I'm just making a little intro laugh. But I guess the guy was like getting out of his car super fast saying, hey, buddy, what's going on? Like, what do you think you're doing? F here and F there, F everywhere was going on. And then I guess Bob was like, huh? Kind of confused. And he pointed from his finger from behind, the wheel, obviously, and was like pointing to the store, like, I'm going there. So I guess the guy was like, oh, you want some? Okay, so he goes in his car and he reaches for something, maybe a baseball bat, whatever, or pretending to reach for something. We don't know. I forgot that vague part of it. And I guess he was telling Bob, F you this, F you that. And Bob was saying, well, F you, even though he tries to maintain where he's at spiritually, you will get tested. I know. I'm not scarcity from profanity, but at the same time, I'm not quick to curse someone out. But I do put my salt and sugar on there if they don't lay off the salt and sugar. If you know what I'm saying. Hashtag yes. So, I guess, the guy said, after some arguing or whatever else it is, I guess he probably thought it was going to go left and right. And he told Bob, I don't know if he said this while he was holding something in his hand or not. He says, I love you, but don't make me do this. And Bob said for a moment he had to catch through all the bickering back and forth, what was going on. And he said he heard that he grasped it, emphasizing grasped it. You know what I'm trying to say. And he said, wait a minute. In his mind, he's thinking, he just said he loves me. And he said, wait. And the guy was still hollering a little bit. He goes, did you just hear what you said to me? You said you love me. He said, yeah, I said that. The other guy saying, yeah, I said that I love you. He said, well, are you a brother who believes in Christ? Are you the one who believes in the infinite source? And so many words. And the guy goes, yes, I am. And matter of fact, I don't know if he was going on a mission trip or where, but could have been Bible study, coming back from somewhere, whatever it might be. And then I guess after that, he said, I am too. We're brothers. We should not be fighting. We shouldn't be coming at each other like that. We shouldn't be hollering and yelling at each other from a simple mistake without being able to kind of rectify it, and I'm going to throw my shade in there in a minute, but you see what I mean. Hashtag raging to be loved. Yes. It's a beautiful harmony in it. Now, of course, we can look at different points and say, well, why didn't the guy just give him a chance to say, hey, I was just wondering, are you following me, without getting out of the car defensive? Some people just have the defense mechanism on. And because that guy might be an openly lover of all things that be, the creator of all things, a lot of people think that they're segregated and they're pointed out because the devil's constantly after them. And I'm not saying that's a lie. That's the truth in a lot of ways. But at the same time, there's different ways to be approached, but it happened to be that approach that day to work out the way it is and to have the message be profound. Now, the message would be kind of profound if it was like, hey, no, we just happen to go to the same place, ha ha ha. But because it started off so ratchet, after they got out of the car, it was more of a hook, to hear the story. So maybe that's why it played out the way it did. In retrospect, at the same time, they hugged it out, became great brothers and friends to a good level of perspective. After that happened, and it also taught them a lesson to say, for Bob, I believe, like, man, you never know what's going to happen to you at any turn, at any driveway. Just because someone might misconvey it, misconstrue it, or you might just be oblivious to what's going on. And for the other guy, not to be so hasty and so quick with anger and frustration or confusion without figuring it out first and coming at someone like that. If you do say that you're a follower and a believer of Christ, a lot of people don't show the understanding of being in that belief, and that's keeping more calm. And it's hard in this kind of world, it is, but keeping more of what Christ is instead of just people holding a Bible or a book in their hand. More people who say they follow that of the ancient, of the words and scriptures, need to find that peace when it comes outside too, and believe that all things are possible and all protection is available. So it doesn't mean because you say that you're a follower of Christ that you're protected from being angry or irate or irritated. It just means that we should show more of a definition of strength to be like, hey, I want to be an example. I need to be an example, and that's what it is. Because I tell you one thing, hashtag yes, I always prayed that I would find a man like Jesus. Yes, I did. I still do. And I always pray that I got, could get a chance to have a man walk in those footsteps. Not to the point of where they're walking around in their human perfection and looking down at people, but for the principles of what Jesus carried. Now, whether that's the correct name or not, we know what we're talking about. So ultimately, it's a beautiful story, and it's hashtag raging to be loved. I mean, sometimes I've heard before from me being so hasty with my words, for example, people would be like, Lex, well, wait a minute. Even relationships would be like, man, you're just so quick to curse me out. I was actually going to tell you that I was making you something beautiful. Or I didn't want to tell you, excuse me. Or I actually was, doing this and thinking about you on the way. You just jump to that anger and that hostility and almost like this drama foundation that's happening and you don't even know why you're doing it. But we're all raging to be loved. Hashtag raging to be loved, because in some way that's what we want to feel. And in that moment from the other guy, not to downplay anything going on with how he felt defensive, because Lord knows I would feel the same way if someone pulled in every turn behind me and just pulled up. I'd be like, wait, what are you doing? Like, what, you want some of this? You want some of this? No. You never know. We don't know. Like my other friend said, Mr. GWC, his quote, you don't know what you do when you're face to face with the devil. Like, you can say what you want to do. You can say what you will think that you're going to do, but you don't know until it actually happens. Like, oh, I'm going to a buffet. I only have one item. Play with yourself. If you're just not a big eater and you ate a huge meal, maybe. But if you're just a regular person, you're going to go up there and get a full plate. Don't play with yourself. So, hashtag raging to be loved means exactly what it is. And I just wanted to share that story with you. I know it's short, sweet, simple. It's kind of fast, but I'm only giving you this only because I do have to get to the next segment of getting our videos out there for you guys. So at the end of the day, I just wanted to share this message and have this be a part of our episode that is streaming to you, and let all of us know that we're all raging to be loved in some way. That's emptiness, that sadness, that feeling is raging to be loved. And we can't say it's a, male and female relationship kind of thing where, oh, they were just in a mood for that kind of love. No, the love that I'm specifically speaking about is the love that can only be given unconditionally, undoubtedly, and in ample amounts. The same thing I've been saying since day one. Raging to be loved is by the only thing that could have stopped that fight. The only thing that could have been in their eyes enough to know that they are hungry enough to be loved and raging to be loved in the way that it is and it counts when it comes down to the creator of all things. That's just the truth. And hashtag, that's what it means. And before I end this off, like I was telling Bob, I told him we're all branching off from this system of all things, the creator of all things, the universal properties of all things. We're all going here in our own separate lives and our families, and we think we're so separated because of skin color, eye color, or language. We think we're so separated from certain dishes that we like, to certain music that we like, but we're all from one entirety. So ultimately, we're all from one entirety, but we're strangers amongst family, because we haven't got a chance to acknowledge one spirit to another correctly without all the fear in the news, all the random things that happen, all the shootings and so much more, all the racism, craziness, bigotry, whatever else. We're so separated and disconnected because we choose to be, but we're actually from the same branch. We're from the same source of existence. We're just meeting each other for the first time in a physical form. Spiritually, we've met each other. Physically, we haven't. You see what I mean? So when we're in the physical eyes and dealing with the physical things, we don't catch up. But if we listen to what the Spirit's saying in the moment of heat or in the moment of anger or sadness, then we catch up to the miracle that's really happening. Bob heard that miracle. That man felt it enough to say it for Bob to hear it. I love you, but don't make me do this, but I love you, right? He could have just said, don't make me do this, you punk, or whatever he wanted to say, but he didn't. But Bob was instinctually listening out. His spirit was listening out for a key code to say, how can I diffuse the situation because it's not right, but I have to go into my human, basically protection mode because, hey, the guy could hurt me and I don't even mean any harm. I'm not getting through to him. But in the spirit's way, the spirit got out. And it said what it said, and Bob heard it because he was waiting for the Spirit to give him that command. So you have to be in tune to what is always talking and connected to you and there to protect you. Because nothing in the world is further from the truth when people say the Creator does not love you and have you in His abundance at all times, in their abundance at all times. It just depends how much we're willing to be connected to what is. When we're distracted with movies and TV and shows and advertisements and personal relationships, I know it because I lived through it. I still have problems with it, and we're going to have these problems. But with supplication and with prayer and meditation and focusing into all that is, even if it's 5 minutes at a time and expanding through the week to 10 minutes, whatever it is, still give that homage. And that's something we all have to take a page from. It is always driving force to be there in that ambience to make sure it is your shield. So hashtag raging to be loved is exactly what we're going through, but we have to listen to the Spirit's message, the true Spirit's message, and understand that it's always going to be stronger than our physical counterparts. That's what it is. That's what it is. Boom. So this is your host again, Lex. You can check us out at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com and Real Double Dose channel at .blogspot.com. Excuse me, not at, but .blogspot.com. You can check out the links that are on the SoundCloud and as well as the Blogspot. And I'm pretty sure the 160 plus episodes, you can catch the links in there too if I spoke too fast for you. But remember to be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of the Spirit. Look out for more because you're worth more and everything else. And I hope you got something that I took and about 4 other people that day from me, sharing that just from that day, and hopefully carried on to something you can use in yourself and start thinking. And I'm not saying disclaimer, okay? I'm not saying to just randomly go up to someone and assume they're not following you or anything like that. I'm just saying a message from that story. Common sense will be there. Any disclaimers you can find on the Real Double Dose channel, blogspot.com, just in case. Some people go a little over, but I'm just saying to make sure you're not so fast-paced to be in anger, and understanding raging to be loved means that connection that you have with a connection that made you aware that you even have a connection in the first place. So pay homage, pay love, be grateful, show gratitude, and we'll be back with you very, very, very soon.